Hey, welcome to this week's edition of the Average American Sportsman. Today on the show we're going to be doing something that I've always thought went hand in hand with frog gigging. I don't know if you saw the frog gigging show we just ran, but this week's show is going to be about snapping turtles. Okay, when I'm gigging these frogs, these big bullfrogs up here in northeast Ohio, come up with a pretty good chunk of frog that's a waste unless you find a use for it. Well, I found a use for them. As I'm out here frog gigging, I'll set a turtle line every once in a while on one of these bays when I'm walking around looking for these frogs. And over the years, I've been pretty successful at harvesting some pretty nice turtles. I just use a drop line off of a limb, try to drop it in an area where there's not a lot of brush around it the turtle can get tangled around. Because if the turtle gets tangled around the brush and he can't get to the surface, then he drowns himself. And then you got to clean the turtle that day because you can't let him go to waste. So what I try to do is drop my lines in an area, tie them to a limb that's a spring pole, gives it some spring pole action where the turtle can't ever really pull against it, you know, to get a good pull against it to pull the hook loose. But at the same time, he can't get tangled up in anything. Last night we were out here gigging and I set a couple of hooks in this bay. Turtles like a warm, shallow, muddy bottom bay, you know, warm water conditions. And I got a bite on this line over here. I see my set's been pulled loose from where I had it hanging at and got it drug out into some moss over here. I don't see the line moving, so I don't know if I got a turtle or if he just took it down there and got it tangled up in the seaweed. But I'm gonna get out of this boat and go take a look at that set and maybe we got a turtle on it. Let's go see. Let's see if there's a turtle on that line or if he beat me. Now you get ready to handle a snapping turtle. You in there, buddy? Found every, holy cow. This isn't just a snapping turtle. This turtle's huge. Holy cow. Now, folks, here's where you want to really pay attention, okay? This is Chiledria serpentina, the American snapping turtle. That turtle's every bit of 20 pound. I mean, that is one boss hog of a snapping turtle. And you'll excuse me if I don't look at the camera a lot while I'm doing that. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but this thing got a set of teeth on him that, or he got a mouth on him here that I don't want to fool with. Now what I'll do is I cut that line. I'll put a new hook on that line. Boy, that sure didn't take long. I just set that hook last night about 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, like I say, you want to really pay attention when you're handling one of these brutes. But this is a good example of what I was trying to tell you. That frog head that I'd have wasted, thrown in the water and let the coons eat up. These big snapping turtles, see them all the time. They live in the water with them frogs. I imagine they eat a lot of them. And that is one prime specimen of a snapping turtle. I mean, I am real happy with that rascal. Now, what I do is I got a garbage can here. I just put that on the floor of the boat. Hey, oh, look at that turtle hook onto that boat. You see that? You see that? Woo! I mean, that boy is fighting mad. Now, you don't want to get around. Oh, now I got the garbage can. All right, there he goes. It's really good to have a partner with you when you're doing that. Well, that's what we came for. I don't know about you, but that always makes my heart pound when I grab a turtle that size by the tail, buddy. And I'll throw a little water in there to keep him wet. Now, what I do, when I was telling you earlier, I try to set these hooks so that the, excuse me, I'm a little bit out of breath. I try to set these hooks where these turtles can't get tangled up and they can't get to the surface or they'll drown, because I'll take them home, and I have a cattle watering tank or a stock tank that I have at the farm. I'll put 6 or 8 inches of water in the bottom of it. I'll throw all my turtles in there. I'll trap them or set hooks for a week or so until I usually take about a dozen turtles a year. And that's all I can use. No sense taking any more. It takes a turtle so long to grow. They're so prehistoric. Their bone structure is not like anything you've ever dealt with before. Every time I clean a turtle, I'm always amazed at how different their bone structure is than all the other critters that I handle over the year. And like I say, they're almost dinosaur-like. Up here in Northeast Ohio, I read a study somebody did one time. And they said that the average snapping turtle in our zone up here puts on 1/4 to 1/2 pound a year in weight, body weight. Well, that turtle right there is every bit of 20 or 25 pounds. Probably 14 inches, 16 inches, somewhere in that neighborhood, from tip of the shell in the front to tip of shell in the back. Well, that's a real nice big turtle for our area. They get bigger, but they have to have a lot of time to do it. At 1/4 to 1/2 pound a year, takes a long time to grow a turtle.
Water, ice, land, Wilcraft. You buy a truck so you don't have to walk. You buy a boat so you don't have to swim. You buy a Wilcraft so you don't have to walk or swim. A perfect combination for all your outdoor needs. For multi-seasonal, mobility-minded sportsmen. If you'd rather ride than walk, buy a Wilcraft. Visit us on the web at dryicemachines.net or call toll-free 1-888-DRY-ICE-3.
I thought maybe this one managed to break the line, but I see, man, this bay is full of turtles. Now again, I got a spring pole it's tied off to. And I hope he didn't go over there and drown himself. Nope, there he is. Now this is, like I say, guys, this is where it gets interesting. Now this turtle went over here and got himself tangled up in some brush. And you don't want to mess with the active end of a snapping turtle. This one isn't quite as big as that other one, but he ain't bad either. I'll keep him. I'll put that bugger in the tank. Ho, ho, ho. Well, we might be done trapping turtles by the end of today, Frank. I put 9 hooks out. And the first 2 hooks I've checked have had some pretty healthy snapping turtles on them. Hey, don't shoot. There we go. That's the business end of a turtle, folks. I mean, their beak is sharp. When they latch onto something, you don't want to be that something. I just pick them up by the tail. They say not to do that if you're going to be releasing them. I guess it's not the best thing for them. But these particular turtles aren't going to be released. I'm sorry to say, I trap them for a reason. Because I have a wife that's pretty good at cooking them for me. We do turtle soup. We do oven fried turtle, parboil it, and use that stock from parboiling it to use that stock to make turtle soup. And then we take the parboiled meat and egg and milk and then some seasoned flour and oven fry it or oven bake it. Well, you ain't talking about some good eating, guys.